We're Andrew, Aziz, and Sabrina. We're the dev team behind Bandolier, a cross-platform app for tracking the past, organizing the present, and planning the future. We were inspired by the bullet journal system for pen and paper journaling, and what you're seeing now is a short demo about how we would have used Bandolier to become JavaScript developers. In Bandolier, you can create bullets for events, tasks, and notes all in one place. And by navigating the different views, such as the monthly tracker, the daily log, and the future log, you can zoom in and out of time to see the bullets that are most relevant to you. This allows you to stay focused on your daily tasks without losing sight of your long-term vision and aspirations. You can also move and set the bullets to a specific time using our migration and scheduling functions. We put a lot of thought into the design and the user experience of our app, and Sabrina is going to talk a little bit about some of our design decisions.
Thanks, Andrew. From the beginning, we were incredibly focused on design, and what drove a lot of our models, our technical decisions, our choice to use Electron was focused on the user experience. This meant we were adamant about it being a native application so that we could create an intimate feel that users felt comfortable returning to and recording their thoughts. Another example of a conscious decision we made is if you scroll back through older collections, you only see entries with bullets in them so that you could feel the weight and the density of your journal and not have a bunch of empty days polluting your thought space. And finally, the design of the bullet itself. On this one tiny element, there are at least 10 different inputs and features. You can change the bullet type, you can change the actions associated with the bullet type. There are statuses, keyboard shortcuts, data components, navigational components. And we always designed these with the goal of hiding that embedded complexity from the user so that the choices that they're making feel intuitive and also unobtrusive. I also wanted to flag a few things about our digital version that we felt offered above and beyond the pen and paper version. The first is the search feature, which quite frankly is a lot simpler than rifling through a physical journal. The second is the templating and the threading logic. So a lot of the more manual components are taken care of for you. You can write an idea in the future log, it'll waterfall through our app and show up in your present day. And finally, what Aziz will dive into a little further is the mobile sync component, driven by the idea that you don't have a physical journal on you at all times, but you probably have your phone, and therefore can add to the Bandolier at any time.
Thanks, Sabrina. As Sabrina just mentioned, we made a conscious effort to make Bandolier offline first, so that to maintain the intimate feel of actual journaling. So the only time you actually log in is if you need to synchronize across multiple devices. Now that posed a challenge because we need to accumulate and cache changes in local storage and then synchronize them on demand. And this drove our stack architecture where we're using IndexedDB as our local storage, but that's okay because we're using Electron, so we have access to that. And we're using PouchDB, which is an API that sits on top of IndexedDB and allows us to interact with it. And then once the user signs in, it gets synchronized to their own personal CouchDB database. But this posed a different challenge because our data is highly associated, but PouchDB is a document store. So to overcome that, we actually built our own ODM object document mapping layer between our Angular front end and our PouchDB API. This project was a lot of fun to build, and I highly recommend that everybody goes to bandolierjournal.github.io and tries out our beta version, which is up there right now. Thank you very much. Take any questions.